All right. Happy Thursday to you if you are joining me live. Thanks so much for taking time to join me for your practice and actually just joining me at all. So today we are going to continue the practice that we started earlier in the week, opening up the front side of the body. And when you do that, you're also giving the back side of the body a little bit of length. So if you have a little bit of low back problems, that'll help kind of bridge some of that when we open up the body. It'll help kind of give a little bit of length through the lower part of the body as well. So to start, we're going to come onto the floor. I like starting on the floor so we can ground ourselves a little bit easier, and it shifts our focus more inward. So you can have a comfortable seat. It doesn't matter which leg is in front. Rock the sit bones from side to side so you really root down into the surface that you're sitting on. And then again, if you need a little bit of grounding today, place the palms face down on the knees. A little bit of inspiration, you'll have the palms face up to receive. So close the eyes, lift up through the heart. I want you to pull the ears back over the shoulders, make sure everything's aligned over the hips. And as you start to bring all of that focus and awareness to the center of your chest, I want you to breathe deeply here. Long, deep breaths. So deep meaning on the inhale, bring as much air into the body as possible, but also on the exhale, make sure you release all of that old stagnant air out. As you start to tune into your breath, begin to soften the muscles throughout the body. So soften the muscles in the face, the front side of the body, the shoulders, and sink heavy into the floor with the booty. And we'll take one more breath. You can keep the hands where they are, or they can come together in front of the heart. I'm going to tuck the chin towards the chest. And together, let's take our 3 cleansing breaths to begin our time. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. So another deep breath, big inhale, and a full exhale. And a final time, bigger inhale, and a fuller exhale. Keep the eyes closed with this quiet focus and attention directed inward to find your intention for our practice today. Maybe something that you can take off the mat as well. So whether that's just getting through your day with a smile, maybe it is being kind and patient with those around you. So just take a moment, take a deep breath, find your intention, something to focus on. And then let's lift the chin and blink the eyes open. Keep that smile on your face throughout the entire practice if possible, or a lightness through the front of the body. So sometimes our face gets stiff and then that starts to come into the body. I want you to feel light, lift through the head, and lift through the chest. So let's go ahead and we'll get into it right away. Cross over the ankles and come on to hands and knees for table pose. So I always like to start with our foundation, right? So we want to find that strong, sturdy foundation by gripping the mat with the fingertips, spreading the fingers nice and wide. And so it doesn't matter if the toes are untucked or if they are tucked. The same thing with the palms, though. I want you to either press into the tops of the feet if the toes are untucked, or if the toes are tucked, I want you to really grip the mat with the toe tips. So on your inhale, I want you to lift through the heart, let the belly sag towards the floor and look up. You're opening up through the throat. And then when you exhale, press the ground away with the fingers and the feet. Round the back, feel the chin come towards the chest. We'll do that one more time in each direction. Inhale, reach the heart forward, open up through the throat, soft collarbone here. And then exhale, you'll round. Bring the chin towards the chest and the belly button towards the spine. Find your neutral spine once again. You can kind of wag the hips if that feels good. Take a moment here to just breathe into your body. Notice if you find any stiff areas from sleeping. Take one more breath. And then before we get to moving a little bit, I just want to get into the wrist. So flip the left hand so that the fingertips are pointing towards your left knee. I want you to press into that left palm, reach the heart forward, kind of open up through the chest like we did earlier, and then exhale, round the back. And then we'll come back to that neutral spine, flip the palms, right fingertips point towards the right knee. Make sure that that wrist is underneath the shoulder. Press into both palms evenly. Inhale, look up, open up through the chest, and then exhale, round. Press the earth away with the palms and the tops of the feet. Find that neutral spine. Now we're going to flip the left hand and come onto the top of the hand. So you're on the top of the hand and the fingers are pointing towards the knees. I want you to press down. So your wrist might not come all the way down. Over time, mine has been able to do that, but that's over many years of practice. So my left wrist a little bit easier. It's not my dominant hand. It's not my mouse hand. So it's a little bit easier, but you still feel that stretch in the top of the hand. So you'll take another breath here. It might be a little bit tight there. Shake it out and then do the other hand. So your dominant hand is most likely going to be a little bit harder. So this one, my wrist, it's a little bit harder to get the top of my wrist down. And this is also the arm that I kind of fractured, so kind of is a little bit wonky. But you can still feel that stretch on the top of the hand into the wrist. We'll take another breath here and then shake it out. So 1 foot at a time, I want you to find your push-up position, that plank pose. You probably know it's one of my favorite poses right now to come into. So I want you to reach the heels back. The legs are engaged, the arms are engaged. Don't dump the heart through the shoulders. I want you to lift up through the back. Reach the heels as far back as possible. Make sure the booty's not up high and you're not sagging the hips too low. Nice long line of energy. So the chin is slightly tucked, ears are in line with the shoulders. You'll take another breath in, keep the core engaged. And then use your next exhale to pull the hips up and back into downward facing dog. So I like to walk my toes up, find a little bit of grounding. You're pressing the floor down and forward. That's going to give you a little bit more leverage to bring the heart closer to the front of your thighs. Soften the heels towards the floor. If the low back is sore or the glutes are tight or the hamstrings are tight, you can put a little bend in the knees. You're still trying to drive the sit bones up towards the ceiling and then bring the heart a little bit closer to the front of the thighs. So we'll take another breath here. Let's bend the knees, look forward. Start to walk your feet up towards your hands and you'll come into a forward fold at the top of your space right behind your hands. Grab onto opposite elbows, rock the weight into your toes. I want you to tuck the chin. Maybe give your head a few shakes, yes and no, just to let go of that tension. And then feel the arms lengthening the back of the body. So we're just starting to gently tune into the body, let the body start to decompress on its own without jolting it awake. That's how a lot of injuries will happen. So take another breath, maybe rock a little bit more weight into the toes. Let the arms get even heavier. And then we'll release the fingertips for the floor. Reach the heart forward. Tuck the chin slightly. Take another breath in. And then as you exhale, forward fold. Little bend in the knees. We'll rise all the way up as we inhale. Lift through the fingertips. Almost feel the heart coming into the palms as they touch. And then exhale, pull the hands to the heart. We'll close the eyes here. Take a breath into where you are. And take a breath back into your intention. Make sure that smile is on your face or a lightness through the front of the body. If the eyes are closed, blink them open. Inhale the arms up. As you exhale, lead with the heart, dive down over the thighs. Inhale, find your flat back. Exhale, fold forward, plant the palms, step back, find your plank pose. Pause in plank pose, take a deep, full breath in and a full breath out. One more breath in to grow long, and then exhale, find downward facing dog. Hips lift up towards the ceiling. On the inhale, right leg is going to lift back. Keep the hips square, reach through the right heel. Look forward, and you're going to plant the foot right behind that right thumb. Come up onto the fingertips. You can always pull blocks underneath the fingertips if you have them. Drive the ball of the right foot down into the floor. So sometimes we want to come onto the edge of the right foot. Make sure we're driving the entire foot evenly onto the floor. Right knee points towards that middle toe. So you can stay here, take a deep breath in, reach the heart forward. And then as you exhale, lower the left knee. You can always roll over the mat underneath the knee for a little padding or place a blanket. And then you're going to engage the core. Use your next inhale to rise all the way up. Arms come right alongside the ears. Soften the shoulders. So for me, I like to kind of inch my right foot forward so I can sink a little bit more into that knee to get a stretch in the front of my hip. You can always press into that right foot and align everything more over the left knee if that feels good. So wherever you are, reach the fingertips up. Rotate the pinkies in so you broaden through the back. We'll take another full breath in to reach the fingertips towards the ceiling. Bring the hands behind you as you exhale. Right thumb is going to interlace on top of the left. You can either rest the thumbs on the sacrum on the low back, or you can start to extend them down towards that left knee. Open up through the heart. Keep reaching the knuckles in the direction you want to. I want you to lift the chest. Take another full breath here. Release the hands back up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, hands come down to the floor, ground the left palm. Inhale, spiral the right hand up. Press into the left palm, reach the right fingertips up. Take another breath in and another breath out. Inhale to unwind. Right hand is going to come down. Lift the left knee. Extend the right leg back. Find your plank pose. Reach through the heels. Ground through the palms. Take a deep breath in. We're lifting the hips back up into downward facing dog. Take a full cycle of breath here. Feel the heart coming closer to the front of the thighs. A little bit more softness in the heels. One more cycle of breath. Inhale, now left leg is going to lift. Look forward and you'll plant the foot right behind that left thumb. Come up onto the fingertips. Reach the right heel back. Heart reaches forward. Ears are in line with the shoulders. Take a big, deep breath here. And we'll lower the right knee. Make any adjustments that you need to for comfort. Drive the ball of the left foot down into the floor so this whole leg is engaged. It's almost like you're gripping the mat with the entire foot. And then with that core engaged, inhale to rise all the way up. Pinkies rotate in, soften the shoulders down the back. And the core is still working here, so keep the core working and it's going to help the low back. Heart lifts up into the palms. Take another breath in to reach the fingertips towards the ceiling. As you exhale, hands are going to come behind the back this time. Left thumb, on top of the right. And you'll extend the knuckles down for that right knee. Open up through the heart. Soften the shoulders. Make sure you're not hyperextending the elbows. So if you tend to do that tiny little bend there. And then as you open up through the heart, the collarbone is going to soften further away from the chin. Big inhale here. and a full exhale. Inhale to sweep the arms back up towards the ceiling. Exhale, hands are going to come down, ground the right palm into the floor. Inhale, spiral the left hand up, ground into that right palm so you can lift out of the wrist and out of the right shoulder, and then use the left fingertips to help open up through the front of the body. Take a big, deep breath. Use your inhale to unwind. Left hand is going to come down. Come up onto your fingertips. Tuck the right toes. Firm the leg. Ground the palms. Step back. Find plank pose. This time as you inhale, rock the shoulders forward. You're lowering either all the way down or halfway. Inhale for your back bend, either cobra or upward facing dog. Think about the heart reaching forward. And then as you exhale, we'll all make our way back into downward facing dog. You always have that option to come into table pose, dropping the knees. I want you to feel length through the back of the body. Bring all of your awareness back to that conscious breath that you created. And we'll inhale to come up high onto the tippy toes. Bend the knees, look forward, step or hop right behind your hands. And then we'll inhale, come up halfway. Fingertips can stay on the floor if you want to bring them to the shins, but rock the weight forward. Feel the chin slightly tucked so that the back of the neck is long. Exhale to fold forward. Inhale to rise all the way up. Lift the heart into the palms as they touch. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, sweep the arms up. As you exhale, lead with the heart, hinge at the hips, find that flat back all the way down, really slow and gentle. Inhale, come up halfway, reach the heart forward. Exhale to forward fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step into plank pose. Firm thighs, firm core. Keep pressing the floor away. Take a deep breath in. Exhale to lift the hips back up, find downward facing dog. As you lift the sit bones up nice and high, feel the heart come closer to the front of the thighs. Belly button pulls back towards the spine. Another full breath here. On your inhale, right leg is going to lift. Look forward, plant the right foot right behind the thumb. And then you're going to stay on the back toe crease. Come up onto your fingertips. Reach the heart forward. Deep breath in and a deep breath out. Engage the core. Next inhale, we'll lift up into our high lunge. So just like we did earlier, I want you to drive the ball of the right foot down into the floor. Sink into the front knee. Feel the heart lifting into the palms. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Inhale, we're going to open up the arms, spiral the left foot down, find warrior two, sink down into the front knee without the knee going super far past the ankle. Now as you open up through the arms, feel the chest opening up to the wide side of your space. Gaze over that front middle finger. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Flip the left hand. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Soften through the shoulder. Gaze into the palm maybe. Keep sinking into that front knee. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, right forearm's going to come down to the right thigh. Inhale to shoot the left arm right over the left ear. These bottom ribs, the ribs closest to your right thigh, you're going to rotate them forward, and that's going to help give you more space across the front of the chest. And then this back leg, I want you to feel the outer edge of the left foot driving into the floor. And that's going to give you length through the entire left side of the body. So for me, I'm actually feeling it in the lower part of my the left side of my back. That arm can be straight up if that feels good, or you can put it right over the left ear. Extend the fingertips in whichever direction they're pointing, and then find that smile again on your face. Has your face started to get a little stiff? Take another full breath here. And left hand is going to sweep all the way down to the floor. You're going to spin to the ball of that left foot. Ground the left palm into the floor. Inhale to sweep the right hand up to the ceiling. So we already did this earlier. You want to reach the right fingertips up. Get light on the left side, so don't let the weight dump into the wrist and the left shoulder. Use the fingertips to open up through the body. One more breath. Right hand is going to come down to the floor, come up onto your fingertips. Step the left foot out and over a few inches so that you can spiral the left heel down and the feet will not intersect. Shoulders and hips point forward, core engages. Inhale to reach the arms up, sink down into that front knee, find warrior one. You're going to feel the left side of the torso. It might feel like the hip is trying to pull back. So instead of just turning the hip, see if you can turn the left side of the torso, pull the right hip back so everything is aligning forward. Take a deep breath in to extend the fingertips up to the ceiling. When you exhale, you're going to bring the hands behind the back, right thumb on top of the left. Maybe the hands rest on the sacrum. Maybe you start to extend the knuckles down for that left ankle. Open up through the heart. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, we're going to hinge forward, humble warrior. Right shoulder comes towards that right knee. The gaze can be down at the front foot, or maybe you gaze back at the left foot. Be careful not to hyperextend the elbows. So a little bend in the elbows. Soften the collarbone from the chin. Keep the core engaged here. Really strong pose. Take one more breath. And then we're going to exhale to release the hands all the way down to the floor. Spin to the ball of the left foot. Step back. Find your plank pose. Firm the palms. Firm the legs. Take a deep breath in. The exhale will lift us into downward facing dog. Take a full cycle of breath here. Reach the heels towards the floor. Extend the mat or the floor forward and find a softness here through your breath. Take another cycle. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Look forward. Plant the foot between the palms right next to that left thumb and come up onto the fingertips. Extend the right heel back, soften the shoulders, engage the core, and then the next inhale will lift us into our high lunge. Drive the ball of the right foot down to the floor. Lift the heart into the palms. Take a deep breath in. Take one more breath in to lift up through the fingertips. As you exhale, we're going to open up, ground the right heel into the floor, warrior two. Open the heart up to the space. Sink down into that front knee, gaze over the middle finger. Soft shoulders here. Keep lifting through the crown of the head. On your next inhale, I want you to flip the left palm. Exhale to reverse your warrior. Right hand comes down the back of the thigh. Gaze into the left palm. Sink down into that front knee. Take another full breath here. Bring the left forearm down to the left thigh. Shoot the right arm either past the right ear or straight up to the ceiling. You still want to sink down into that front knee. And then remember these bottom ribs, the ribs closest to the left thigh. Can you rotate them forward in the direction you're looking to square everything? Fingertips reach up to the ceiling. Take another full breath. That right hand is going to sweep all the way down. You're going to spin to the ball of the right foot, ground the right hand, inhale to spiral the left hand up. Sink down into the front knee, but don't let the knee start coming out to the side. Keep driving the entire foot down to the floor. And then you can use that left hand to get a little bit lighter through the right wrist. Maybe some heat is starting to build. We only have a few more moments left, so don't give up here. Keep pressing through your practice. Take one more breath. And then use your inhale to unwind. Left hand is going to come down to the floor. Step back. Find your plank pose. On your next inhale, I want you to reach the shoulders past the wrists. And then you're either lowering all the way or halfway down. Inhale for your back bend. Lift the heart up. And then exhale, come into downward facing dog. Take a full cycle of breath here. Take one more breath. And then for some reason, I'm feeling like we forgot humble warrior on the opposite side. So if we did, it could just be my brain not reacting, but I want us to step that right foot back. The left thumb is going to interlace on top of the right. So I feel like we did not do this. So if we did, then we just get a bonus side. So as you exhale, I want you to hinge forward, either gaze at that front foot or the back foot. Take a full breath here. And then now release the hands all the way down. Step back, find your plank pose. Take a deep breath in, and then now find downward facing dog. Soften the heels towards the floor. Heart comes a little bit closer to the front of the thighs. Take a full breath. And we'll drop the knees. Come all the way down. Find your find your child's pose. Press the sit bones back for the heels. You can have the arms still extended out in front of you, or now you can bring them along the sides of the body. As you feel the heart come closer to the thighs, find softness through the back of the body. And take a full cycle of breath here. If the arms are along the sides of the body, go ahead and extend them forward now. I want you to just thread the right arm underneath the left armpit. Reach the fingertips as far over to the left as possible. And then switch sides. Right hand grounds. Thread the left arm underneath the right armpit. Extend the left fingers as far over to the right as possible. And we'll bring both hands out in front. Start to walk the spine up. You can stay on your heels, or you can find your comfortable seated position. We'll rock from side to side. Lift up through the heart. Pull the shoulder blades together behind the back. I want you to close the eyes. Keep a smile on your face. And then either palms face down for grounding or face up to receive a little bit of creativity. As you start to soften, notice how the body feels now. And we'll bring our hands together in front of the heart. To close our practice, we'll take our 3 cleansing breaths together. Take a big inhale in through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh all of that old air out. And again, bigger inhale. Open mouth, exhale. And again, big inhale. And a full exhale. seal the lips before you blink the eyes open. Just take another breath into your intention. And then when you're ready, lift the chin, blink the eyes open, keep that smile on your face. I hope you take your practice off the mat today and into the rest of your day. And just put a smile on your face as you attempt to interact with everyone, as you bring kindness to all of those that you interact with. So when you are ready, you can keep the hands here, you can tuck the chin, smile, and have a really good rest of your day. Namaste. Thanks for your practice today, guys. Hope you had a great practice. Make sure you get a little bit of movement throughout the day and throughout the rest of the week and weekend. And I hope to see you back on the mat next Tuesday at 8 a.m. Have a really good day.